going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up before you leave the video. Today I want to make just wanted to make a video for kind of like a Q&A type of thing. Last night on Twitter I tweeted out to send me any questions that you might want to that you're curious about that I can address on the channel and talk about in a video. So I'm just going to go through the questions that were that people replied to me with and answer them. All right, the first one at R2Gman. Biggest disappointment of Justice League. Well, I don't think there's like one specific scene or part in the movie that I could say is the biggest disappointment. I think just overall what they did, what Warner Brothers did to Zack Snyder, the cast, the crew, the fans, the whole thing was just like, that itself I think is the biggest disappointment, and how they tried to play it off as this whole narrative they pushed the whole time of marketing the movie, and that it was, you know, still going to be his vision, still going to be his movie. It was his decision to bring on Joss Whedon, like all of those things that there's, you know, it's not going to be noticeable, the changes weren't going to be noticeable and stuff like that. I think, and then using a lot of Zack's footage in the trailers to market the movie, and then even worse, using cut Superman scenes to try to get people like to buy the DVD and stuff. I think just the whole handling of it was a huge disappointment, and then not even acknowledging the whole fan base. The more that the Release the Snyder Cut movement grew, and the more stuff that was coming out about, you know, what happened behind the scenes and what was cut from the movie and what Zack really wanted to do, and him sharing stuff from his movie, like the more it grew and the longer it went on, Warner Brothers just chose not to say anything, or they kind of just like wanted to act like it didn't happen. And like the Release the Snyder Cut movement became such a huge thing globally. Obviously now we're actually going to get it and get even more than we would have. So I think just the whole mistreatment and handling of it is the biggest disappointment. I guess in a way it was like, you know, a blessing in disguise. Not the tragedy with Zack's daughter, not at all, but like how idiotic Warner Brothers handled the situation and what they chose to do to his movie. I guess that in a way was a blessing in disguise, because now we're getting an uncompromised version of Zack's vision. So that's how I would answer that question. All right, the next one is from, oh my god, at Thing RP85. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. What do you think the additional photography is about? So that's an interesting question. That's something that's going on like right now with the movie series, whatever you want to refer to it as. In a couple of my most recent videos, when this topic has come up, I think it's probably some additional photography and maybe possibly some reshoots. I'm not sure if there's reshoots involved. Some people are calling them reshoots. I think it's probably maybe both. I mean, since Zack didn't get to do his reshoots, maybe there is some stuff that he wants to, like, you know, touch up on or redo or improve upon or something. But I do believe that a lot of it probably is additional footage that was not shot at all. And especially learning yesterday about Jared Leto being on set for all of this right now, that raises even more questions as to like what they're actually filming. And I've seen a lot of fan theory about the possibility that Jared Leto's Joker is going to be part of the nightmare sequence, and that we're seeing like the very few heroes that are left and villains that are left, Deathstroke, maybe Lex, and Joker working with Batman and Mira, because we know Amber Heard is also doing reshoots right now, and so is Ray Fisher. So maybe Cyborg's still alive. But this is part of they're filming like the nightmare sequence, and they're all working together to try to defeat Darkseid or whatever. I think that's a pretty interesting fan theory, because we know that the Joker, there's an Easter egg referencing Joker in the opening of the teaser for the movie, and we see the Joker card fly by, and so I think that's interesting to think about. I don't know what else they could be filming. I mean, it's kind of hard. We don't know. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know, and we don't know what we don't know, if that makes sense. Like, since this is going to be a much longer movie and a lot more footage, I mean, there could possibly be, I think maybe the rest of the Martian Manhunter scene that Zack didn't get to finish. We know that he said that he shot, the part with Martha and Lois, but he didn't get to shoot the Harry Lennox side. So maybe they're going to do that. I don't know what else. I mean, maybe there's just, things that he didn't get to before he had to leave, or stuff that they would not allow him to shoot. Warner Brothers wouldn't let him shoot at all while he was in charge at that time of filming. So, but I don't know what specifically they could be shooting. I think I don't know. I mean, the Hollywood Reporter article talking about, breaking the news about Jared Leto being on set, that was a big thing to come out, to get, revealed to the fans, I think. And it also said that there was other actors on set filming that they would not name. So maybe if we knew more about who is actually filming right now, or who's going to participate in the additional photography, then it might be easier to kind of piece together like what they could possibly be filming. But even if you have like the whole main cast there, it's still hard to like say what exactly they're filming. But I think it could possibly be stuff that maybe Zack was not allowed to film, that they just, like, Warner Brothers was not even going to let him touch that when he was originally filming. But I do think the fan theory about the nightmare scene with Joker and Deathstroke and all them, I think that's an interesting thing to think about. And I can see how maybe, or a flashback scene with Joker and Batman, possibly when Robin gets killed or something. I think that's also a popular fan theory that I've seen also as well. Okay, what is your opinion of the Man of Steel theme in Ideal Hope? And that's from Caleb at Caleb Watch Movie. Well, anyone who has kept up with my channel or has seen videos that I've mentioned Man of Steel, I love the entire score for Man of Steel. Like, it's definitely my favorite score in the DCEU and possibly in almost any movie. I absolutely love the entire score. Like, everything about it is epic and beautiful and amazing and like almost tragic and heartbreaking in some moments, and it's just, I love the entire thing. So yeah, that's all. I mean, I could listen to it and just, you feel that score, and it just adds, it's deep and it adds so much beauty to the movie. Like, the visuals and the score paired together are just amazing. Like, favorite. I don't know if any, I mean, obviously the score in BVS is epic too, because we have more of like individual themes for the characters and stuff, and they're all amazing. But I don't think anything beats the Man of Steel theme for me. The next one is from @RealAramis. Do you think with enough success there'll be more story to follow Zack Snyder's Justice League story, even if Zack himself isn't directing said story or film? Or do you think it's just going to be Zack Snyder's Justice League and that's it? I also had a video about this on my channel if you're interested in watching that too, but I'll talk about kind of what I mentioned in that video. I think there's a big possibility that the HBO Max Snyderverse will continue beyond Zack Snyder's Justice League. Whether it be like the question says, more to follow Zack's story. I think it's possible that Zack Snyder's Justice League itself will have more than one season, I guess you could say, since it is going to be released in a series format. I don't think HBO Max would invest as much as they are into it if they weren't planning to at least probably continue it. Like, even if they're not 100% sure right now if they want to continue it, or if they're just choosing not to tell the public yet, maybe they're kind of waiting until, you know, they see how many subscribers they get when Zack Snyder, when it's released, and how many stick around for like a certain period of time to keep rewatching it or to watch it when all 4 of them have been released. Like, maybe they're just trying to get a little bit more concrete data on that end before they choose to like announce that it's going to continue, because I think they know that it's going to be successful, and we all know that because it already is. Like, the fact, I've said this many times, the fact that it's coming out is a success. And so maybe they just want to see like their expectations and like the numbers match up, if that makes sense, for like subscribers. And like, we know they're getting the Green Lantern Corps show now, like that's been officially announced. But as far as continuing Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think it will continue at least maybe like a couple more episodes of like a season 2 or whatever, part 2. I think that's very likely. And I think it's also like the Ben Affleck Batman rumors keep coming around, and I mean, we keep getting stories that like he's signed a new contract, but I was watching Film Junkie last night, and he kind of made a point like, okay, did he sign in the summertime? Did he sign now? Like, does the contract keep changing? Because I think the HBO Max Batman Deathstroke project, I think that's a very real possibility right now. But similar to what I said about continuing Justice League, I don't think that they'd be willing to like just lay that all out there right now. I think they kind of, you know, they have in mind what they want to do. You know, they probably, maybe they, like, they're having conversations, they're telling Ben what they want, you know, like, we want you to do this project, you know, we want, whether it's a movie series, whatever, and we want Deathstroke, like, or we want, you know, your plan for what you were going to do in your Batman movie. Whatever it is, I think that it is a pretty high possibility that those discussions are happening, but they're just not going to say that officially until they know for sure people are going to stick around on HBO Max and they do want to see all of this continue. People say now, like, yes, all of us Snyder people, yes, we already know. You don't need to, like, they don't need to give us a trailer or like they don't need to market it to us. We already want it. You know, they know that. But they probably want to see, you know, okay, this many people are subscribing, you know, our subscribers are continuing to increase, they're sticking around, they keep watching it, you know, whatever, it's becoming as successful or more successful than we expected, and now we know we can put even more money into more episodes, we can give, you know, Ben Affleck and whatever, his team, a big budget for his project. Like, I think they just need to see it realized with Zack Snyder's Justice League before they choose to announce that they're moving forward with more and that it's going to continue. If Zack's not involved, if it continues and Zack's not involved, I don't know why he wouldn't be. I mean, if they're giving him all this freedom to do his original version for Justice League and, you know, I don't see why he would not be on board to do other things unless there was like a personal reason. I don't know. I mean, unless they change their mind and were like, no, we don't want you to do your original version anymore. Going forward, we want you to like change something, then maybe he wouldn't be on board for that. But I don't see that happening because obviously they're giving him the freedom now to do for the 4 hours. So, but I do think there's probably other DC projects that could happen on HBO Max that maybe Zack Snyder would not be a part of, that are not part of his universe, the Snyderverse. If it's within the Snyderverse, then I think he would be involved. If it's other stuff, like obviously the Green Lantern Corps, or if there's some, like a Brandon Routh Superman series, I've seen rumors for that lately. If that happens, I don't think he'd be involved in that. But if it's within his universe, then I think he would be. And I really do hope the Batman Ben Affleck thing, I hope that actually happens. Like I said, I just don't think they'll announce it yet for a while. Because if you think about back when, okay, the Snyder Cut was announced, and then right after that's when the rumors or the stories started coming out about, okay, it's possible that it's going to be like chapters. But at that time, the story was 6 chapters. So I guess it could be possible that, okay, they're like, if we're going to do 6 chapters, it's going to take longer to finish everything and to release it. But if we do 4, we can get that stuff done sooner and release it sooner. And then like the part 2 will pick up with, we'll pick up from there. Like instead of just waiting and doing 6 chapters all out there at once, it's going to take longer and all that stuff. We'll do 4 now, and then we'll continue. Okay, we'll say to be continued or something, and then those 2 other chapters that would have been part of part 1 are now going to be the beginning of part 2, if that makes sense. The first 2 episodes. I mean, I don't know if we'll get like a whole nother 4 hours. If there is a part 2, I don't know if it'll be a whole nother 4 hours, or if it's just going to be, like I said, like, okay, all 4 episodes are out, and then at the end, okay, at the end of the year, there's going to be 2 more episodes or something like that. Like they have to have time to finish those, and then we'll get, I don't know. But I do think, I mean, there's a lot of contemplation. There's a lot of ways that we can contemplate it, but I definitely think it's a real possibility that they're going to continue it. I don't think they would have invested in something this big of a deal if they just were going to give the 4 hours and that's it. But we will see. So those are all the questions I have for today. But if you have any other questions you would like me to address, my opinion on things, what I think about this, what I think about that, what is my prediction or fan theory about something, let me know. Also, you can let me know in the comments in the video, or you can follow me on Twitter. My handle is in the description at SuperHypeDC. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. See you next time.